Welcome guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Sorry I haven't been around yesterday and today. I actually did 2 reads yesterday and 2 reads today. Today I was busy, but yesterday the energy just wasn't right. I didn't feel like going on to post. So actually I'm going to do a marathon for you right now. I'm going to give you all 4 readings. The last one is in front of you. And I'll post the shot of the read I did earlier for today. But you'll see the cards for this last read. But I'm going to go through them pretty quickly so you can get all the information in. It's kind of interesting too. Yesterday my mail hit 15,000, which of course is the 15 of the devil. And then I just noticed again, I just took a picture of my mail at 15,051, which is the King of Swords, and the reflection of that, which is the devil again. So these energies obviously are coming up. Yesterday was the 20th, and I'm losing my voice now talking about that. Yesterday was the 20th of November of the Judgment and the 43 of the Three of Cups. So very much about coming together to make decisions. And then today is the 21st of the World, and then the 44 of the Four of Cups, the grounding, mastering, and integrating. And I'm still having trouble talking ever since I brought up the Devil and the King of Swords. So someone trying to make decisions, coming together. And it's funny, the coming together to make decisions was coming up in the read just now as well. So the first read done yesterday for the 20th. The second read I did yesterday was actually for the 21st. The third read was for the 21st, and the fourth was actually for tomorrow. So the one in front of you is for the 22nd. So you get lots of information here, and you'll be able to confirm between reads as well. So the first read was done, like I said yesterday, it was 141. I'm not going to get into all the details I usually get into. I'll give you what I have, but I'm going to do it kind of quickly so that I can get through all 4 of them. The first read, and they're all for the Divine Masculine, so it's the Divine Masculine energy within the masculines, but also the Divine Masculine within the feminines. So this is a general read. If it doesn't resonate with you, please don't force it to fit. That's for a lot of different people out there. And if you should need anything from me, if you'd like a session with me, a card read or a healing, or you can get my music as well on the CD, which can help you clear some of your wounds as well. All my information is below. My website, twinflames3344.com and at gmail.com. And my CD is Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames, available on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, and Google. Okay, so this first read, the major arcana were the Hanging Man, Luna, which is the moon, Star, and then Karma, which is Judgment, which was the day yesterday. We also had Ascension, Chariot, and Reason in the cards before and after the read. Well, actually, Karma was after the read. Ascension, Chariot, and Reason, which is the Emperor, were before the read. Ascension is like the world in this deck, and the SIRIAN STARSEED deck, which is the main big cards for all of these reads. We had 4 cups, 2 swords, and 2 wands. There were no pentacles in this first read yesterday. And then the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups came up. The numbers were triple eights, double tens, and double ones, very significant, and then 1, 2, 3, jump. And the code lines were interesting. I wasn't getting a lot of numbers or, big significant messages in the code lines. Definitely this first read, though, is coming up about the TV Hanging Man, and then the acronym HRE and New Beginnings. So it was definitely coming up around, when I went online, the first thing I see is the impeachment hearings for Trump. So the TV Hanging Man. And then HRE comes up as the Holy Roman Empire of the German nations, multi-ethnic complex of territories in the West and Central Europe, early Middle Ages. Dissolution was 1806 during the Napoleonic Wars, okay? So that was the first HRE that was coming up for here. So that was very much paralleling what Trump is going through now, not comparing Jesus to Trump, but it was paralleling those two things. The TV Hanging Man, right, for all to see, being hung in public, and there were no numbers that came up on the code line here, just the card New Beginnings. Also, the Hanging Man versus the Hammer came up in relations to the stock charts, that the Hammer is within short-term downtrends or bullish reversal pattern, and the Hanging Man is the short-term uptrend with the bearish reversal pattern that came up yesterday, as well as the movie Still Alive After Hanging, So the movie was, what was the movie called? Well, it's just, I didn't write it down because the point was the movie was just that this person was still alive after they had been hung. A lot of how-tos and mounts for TVs came up in the headings. And then, of course, that HRE with the Holy Roman Empire. And also other definitions for the HRE were performance wheels, human reliability, his or her royal eminence, human rights education or human relations education, human resources and employment, as well as hormone responsive element. Those were just some of them that were sticking out to me. And it happened to be, that was day 4 of the impeachment hearings, which I know nothing about because I don't watch the news or TV. Okay. Okay, so this first read, the King of Cups with his right eye covered. So somebody might actually have a patch over their eye. But ascending at a standstill with the Emperor reversed out of control and or abusive power. The King of Cups offered love without sex by lover, or affection or passion, and the Emperor reversed destined to break up, no affection between them. The Emperor reversed and the King of Cups upright, which is a common theme, because again, the Emperor and the King of Cups were in this read, and it was in at least 3 of the 4 reads. And then I was getting connection right there. Also was very interesting about this first read, by accident, 4 cards, I have 2 mini decks for the Rider-Waite. One is an older deck, so I can definitely tell the difference between the cards. But accidentally, somehow 4 of my old cards got into my new deck that I use for this read. So we had double Ace of Cups, Towers, Knight of Cups, and the World. All of the ones from the old deck were reversed. All of the ones from the new deck were upright. It was pretty cool. So there was definitely a message there. So I'm going to tell you the cards again. It was Ace of Cups, which is like new love, self-love, spiritual love. The Tower was upright in the new cards, which is that sudden event, explosion, eruption, epiphanies. And then the Knight of Cups, the being love, the action of giving and receiving love. And then the World of completion, and also love around the world, right? That unconditional love. So in the old deck, the old way of being, they were all reversed. So it's about flipping all of them upside down into the new timelines, the newer deck. Healing, forgiving, lies, split, and BS. Sharing with others, the King of Pentacles reversed. Strong with Leo or ego in breakup. No lover or no affection. Offering love only to the King of Cups. No passion, can't conceive of such an idea. So again, the stuff about the ascension may be coming up in the Divine Masculine's world. And the King of Pentacles reversed with his tail between his legs. As lover breaks up, or partners, brothers, or father and son are without affection. Leo could be packing. Gemini falls, unable to reconcile differences between Mars and Venus, so the men and the women. Giving to everyone but her in a relationship, in separation or split of relationship or partnership. And this was at 237, the High Priestess and the King of Cups. So Aries, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, and Leo here, and an Earth sign, with Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo as well. Right, because the Earth sign would be Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. It's like one person had all the Earth signs in them. The King of Pentacles reversed, and Leo, or Gemini female, the Emperor reversed, father of one, and the King of Cups could be father of the other. The Three of Pentacles was reversed with issues at work or leaving or third party with negative and positive messages. Gossip flying everywhere. Negative talk, mean or no message, spying, mental status issues, as well as announcements of truth coming in quickly. About being stressed out, purging, and suffering in silence without their lover. Or 2 kids spreading gossip at school about unconditional love and the dark night of the soul. In the home stretch, stretching way beyond their usual limits without breaks, little red boots sneaking around behind the pain and suffering. One of their words, and one with their actions, right? So it could be 2 kids running around, or it could be one doing both, but one using their words and one using their actions. Rebellious I read rebellious, but it actually says religious factors. That's the romance angels card here. So there could be some rebellious children for sure. And religious factors doesn't have to mean religion. It can be any kind of differences between you. And beneath the religious factors was codependency. So the King of Cups is out, being seen, as well as the Knight of Cups offering love. Nightmares over, but still carrying the burdens, the responsibilities, the weight of the world, or caught with their pants down in healing and forgiving third-party heartbreak, strumming her pain with his fingers, singing his life with her words, killing each other softly with their song, their unique vibration. The prince frog tripped up with hairy legs, only her prince, so this is like the karmic and the masculine, only her prince if he shaves every day. So these are like the conditions of her love. Forced to make it up to her, no matter how many ways, she's never satisfied with the plain old frog, only the illusion of him. The theater, the playhouse, the perpetual player, for applause of his performance, the black cat always underfoot, tripping him up with smoky quartz and camera or cauldron, or cross held up by a tripod in the dungeon or basement, the harp in the bedroom, so the heart can remain outside themselves. Forgiveness came up, and beneath that was health. Forgiveness is 96 in the numerology deck, and health is 71, and 71 is the Three of Pentacles again. Love dumped or overwhelmed, pushed to their emotional limits of suffering and silence, stressed out and purging, the Magician is reversed. The Master, evil, insecure manipulator, overdoing it, overworked, or manipulating so it doesn't have to work, only aligning with desires, no attention, and feeling a failure, or under the radar sneaking out at night to find peace, to recover financially, or back into the group that exiled them. The frog in the grass by the water watching the female travel by night, or sneak out on the water to row across the lake to a secret lover perhaps. All behind the scenes, dark shadows and vampires, feeding off the poor, victims, low vibrations that are coming in. Throwing the weak out and having them beg to come back in, beg for more. They don't feel good unless they come back to see you. The King of Cups recovering, and this was at 303, the Empress and the Empress. Now 304, the Empress and the Emperor. And this could denote, two relationships here. A female-female relationship and then a female-male relationship. So again, this has come up before where someone married that the wife is actually gay. So that could be a situation for somebody here. So the King of Cups recovering financially, practically, are back into the group. Please take me back. Or the poor want more of the King of Cups but can't get in or can't get an appointment because the schedule is full. Or the Divine Feminine dumped and purging, and the Divine Masculine overworked, or not working and insecure and manipulative, both in need of attention, sailing or rowing away at night to find peace and recovery during the day from exile, abandonment, and rejection wounds, finding their way back to unconditional love, without affection or sex, suffering and healing and forgiving, while implementing a new plan to expand or spend and move money. Recently, the moon was upright, was full moon energies harvested by spell workers, distorted. The Magician and the Empress came up twice in this read next to each other, and I was getting witches and warlocks, and not necessarily in a positive sense. So this was coming up with the spell workers and the distorted energy from the full moon. The Magician and the Empress, or witches and warlocks, dumped on by the Ten of Pentacles reversed family of the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed, overworking or out of work, done aligning with desires at home or off today at home, or on strike perhaps, or no work or business has closed down, or family is losing money and expecting the Empress to solve all their problems, magically make them disappear. The foundation is the Two of Swords reversed, receiving clarity with the King of Wands with the synchronicities and options as they look the other way, at no affection of the King of Cups, controlling the third energy and inspired by strength, by tempering his inner beast, or Leo and or ego, or gaining clarity on options for a Leo child, or longing for lover of unconditional love. The center energy here was the Ace of Wands reversed, getting a handle on desires, and or the third energy at home and or union, hanging out with sick kids, or just off and laying low, or drained or sick and tired of trying to see others' perspectives. Clarity received and coming together at night, or group or coven at the full moon. The Magician and the Empress refusing to work or move or on strike, and the challenge being the Hanging Man with the world incomplete. The cycle almost done, or in another world, with the Queen of Swords reversed, not talking, but performing or dancing energetically with the King of Pentacles reversed. Stuck with unhappy family, or ending a family or emotional cycle. Walking away and within, after stuck with the Magician and the Empress, now to the Queen of Cups, recovering him, allowing him to stay with her. Destined to perform, expand, and fight over the rejected or spoiled ex, the Knight of Wands rushing in to save the day after rejected with no options and impatient, possibly losing their temper. Now crowning the Three of Swords reversed, with lightning strikes 3 times to fall on their face from grace or have lack of faith, in order to pick up the wand and find the inspiration on a quest to start over in love and walk away from a mess that looks perfectly groomed. And this was at 3:32 going into 3:33. So got a lot of threes going on here. Walking away and within to twin at the new moon as the King of Swords recovering to his truth. Twins and or kids finding peace, released from anxiety, prison, and saving, grounding, and holding on loosely and being moderate. And that same theme was coming through today. Separation of the Magician and the Empress and kids and or twin, sovereign, obsessed with cutting cords, hair, stitches, or thread, standing adamantly in their truth when sudden events hit so they're ready. If they don't like their truth, they can walk away and heal themselves. Suddenly lightning strikes. Ben and his kite. The reason for 3 strikes and you're out. Explosions, eruptions, and epiphanies, and never-ending stories. The 3 strikes you're out, gives you an end in sight, right? So suddenly released from energetic prison while not working. Heading toward reunion, leading the way, unhappy alone, but in their power, standing up for themselves and expressing feelings and energetic exchange. Lots of back and forth with the Queen of Cups, healing and forgiving, sexual competition or games, still recovering from. The King of Wands rescue, destined to be a burden with the karmic game player and all about business, impatient and losing temper, especially at the full moon, when insists on going out to play, drink, socialize, or just refusing to stay in, fighting and feeling rejected, angry, and rebels by going out and releasing at the full moon, or fighting with child or children about drinking and social life. The Knight of Wands, a burden to Sagittarius reversed and Virgo reversed and or Cancer. Soon is the Ace of Cups, self-love, new love, and sharing with others in the aftermath of rejection, jealousy, insincerity, and refusal to give or receive love. The King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, losing money and or status and not working, and this can just definitely be a parent and a child, or just someone younger than them, okay? Could be a coworker as well, or a relative, could be 2 brothers. Losing money and status or not working, stubborn and or on strike with unhappy family or ending, hiding his face while giving to others, or settling out with a family and emotions. He's seeing himself as the 10 of Wands yesterday, finding his way out of the dark dungeon or the basement into the light with flame, dealing with painful ending, back pain or betrayal, with the High Priestess secret or psychic abilities and offering a new life. So then Hierophant comes up here, which also could be a Taurus, healing and shining light, but dead tired. Taurus or Aquarius resisting the change or still healing after a death or dark night. Healing family issues, flirt, separation, and deception, and let go of control issues were all coming up here, as well as give your relationship a chance and true love. So it's about clearing all the crappy stuff from that Romance Angels deck and then coming into true love. Around him or house he is seen is the Star card, without options, the wounded warrior coming clean, detoxing connection of Capricorn reversed and Libra upright, or agreeing to divorce or settle, or Aquarius wounded warrior dealing with Capricorn Libra connection, separation and heartbreak. Clear blocks, divine masculines of the Knight of Cups, emotions and love, standing up for self and allowing self to grieve and rise above when you are coming out and not sleeping. So to allow yourself to heal and have rest. So 356 is the Empress and the Two of Swords. And then we go into the 357, which is the Three of Swords. So clarity and then separation. New beginnings. Even though turned his back on her, the sealed divine feminine, Knight of Cups, offering love to the King of Swords reversed, who feels defensive and sadness all at the same time, unable to sleep. Everyone feels rejected by the divine masculine, but the divine feminine is still willing to bridge the gap. The divine masculine, unsatisfied, unhappy, near death, and impatient, fallen angel, no longer wishing on a star, an island unto himself, now challenged by overindulging or over-isolation at the full moons, fighting with karmic and kids, the Queen of Wands reversed, out and fighting with kids or insisting on having her way, or ex always out, rejecting him, or she feels rejection from him. Starting over in love. At night, going out without option and losing patience, burdened by rescuing karmic or child, fallen angel, or impatient with a bad temper. Going crazy or coming out at night about lies, split, BS, and abandonment, or lost their job and didn't tell the divine masculine, kicked out or in the ER or hospital after a night out. A painful end, back pain or back treatments, betrayal, and done working to align or overworking with the judgment in, or announcements, wake-up call to express their feelings, or about energy exchange, presently rushing back passionately away from announcement or judgment from others. The Queen of Cups stuck, broken, or traveling, moving or car issues or accident, but kids are good, and or twins come together and are now on top, with forgiveness and a new plan. So presently, the Knight of Wands, leaving announcements, judgments, call to action, and the Queen of Cups turned away from travel plans to come together as twins. The King of Cups clear on burdens and healing them for dreams to come true, and at night or the full moon, frustrated with third energy and no growth, challenged by hanging in limbo with new love and offer of love, healing breakup to start over in love with peaceful end or a painful ending, and done overworking what's not working and making final decisions, expressing feelings about his twin. The King of Cups at night recovering, clearly frustrated and healing, challenged by being hung out to dry and burdened by new love, self-love, and pursuing dreams, shining his light, offering love, and starting over from scratch. Okay, that was read number 1. It is now 23:23. And this is read number 2. This was done last night at 7:22. This was actually done for November 21st today. The major arcana were Ascension, which is the world, Chariot, Abundance, which is like the Empress, Reason, the Emperor, and then before the read was Karma or Judgment and Justice, and after the read the Hanging Man came up. There were 3 wands, 2 swords, and 2 pentacles. So there were 2 swords and 2 cups. There were no pentacles in this read, as far as those majors anyway, the major cards. The court cards were the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Wands. The 9 of Pentacles also came up, which isn't a court card, but it often comes up as a child or a young person or just a single person. So we had 2 queens and 2 possibly children. The code line was all about compassion. There were no numbers on the code line again. And it's so funny the way the mother keeps coming into this code line, because usually it's Ma, but today I was getting like it's Abunda, Ayabunda, and then I was getting Cowabunga, and when I looked it up, I was getting Ibunda, which means mother. So I don't know how many times the spirit can bring up mother, but it's come up an awful lot in this past month. So definitely the Chariot was coming up, Ascension, which really can be the same thing, the Chariot and Ascension. The Ibunda, the mother, saying or being clear, the wise queen. a sense or assent regarding the chariot and ascension, the number 7. And yes, it's all about compassion. The mother says the new moon is clear of a sense of the chariot and saying yes regarding compassion. And also the age of Aquarius of ascension was coming up, and the chariot being the Cancer energy of the north node, and to see compassion regarding this energy. So the Aquarius ascension and the Cancer north node, there's so much compassion coming through here with love around the world. And it's all based from the mother, okay? And mother's very much Cancer as well. So also online, the Merkaba was coming up, the Chariot of Ascension. Humanity Healing Network, that was the site it came from. Interconnected electromagnetic counter-rotating energy spirals, the Merkaba. And also Yerida La Merkaba, which is another way of saying it. Typology of ecstasy and enthronement in ... ancient Jewish mysticism. Technically, I'm not going to say this right, but Hekalat, which means palace, and then the Merkaba, which is the chariot. The speculation, it is heavenly ascent. The motive of the heavenly. Then another entry that came up was the Kabbalah, Ezekiel's vision, and that was November 13th, 08. Elizabeth Prophet was talking there. Another heading that came up was 7 Steps Towards Ascension, I Am My Soul. Another one was the Ascension of Christ and Pentecost. Another one was the Last Angel Ascension. And the last one was Ascension and the Event, prepareforchange.net. We have been showered by the mother's tsunami of love in wave after wave after wave. We don't need to earn, except now that we are truly worthy without doing a thing, basically, was what they were saying. So the mother says, wise one of ascension is the chariot, the Merkaba, to see compassion for all. So this read gets in, this was done at 7:22, which is the Fool and the Chariot. It started off with the Four of Flames, upright. Home, union, and the wake-up call. The Aquarius, judgment, announcement, call for help, justice and or divorce, truth and balance, and or Libra, under radar, ending a war. Stand-up guy, under the radar without options, or negative talk and silent treatment, ending a battle to connect and start over. Frustrated with third energy and third party through work, or issues at work and need to leave the job. The King of Wands watching the High Priestess in the 5D meditation. Finding peace or traveling across the country or world to express feelings back and forth, or lots of moving and movement, with the Bull and Lion wanting some of that. On rocky waters or unstable ground, the High Priestess out being seen, the twins insecure and weak, or needing courage not to manipulate. The High Priestess needs courage to forgive the Bull and Lion, Leo, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Aries, and plant seeds for a strong foundation. So those were just the energies that were coming up right there. So 824 is Strength and the Queen of Wands. So in building that strong foundation, it's like the Master putting all the cards out on the table, which is funny because that's what we do, right? We put the cards out on the table. The Knight of Swords reversed, pulling hairs, or even splitting hairs, as new love is out there in a painful ending, getting back or spa treatments, or betrayal of the Queen of Wands, and the Divine Masculine unable to express their true feelings, or an innocent child with flame between them, suffering in silence, feeling him sexually. Keeping his glasses off so he can't see the nuts and shells and the spilled cups on the floor, the point or truth being somewhere in the middle between the soul and the heel, pretending his partner is the twin's energy he feels, pretending not to see so he doesn't have to own up to it, staying with second place with cherry on top, right, the third energy. And perseverance comes up as number 4, which is the Emperor, and then creativity was underneath that, which is number 3. So again, we have 3 and 4 of the Emperor and the Empress. Working on deception of the King of Cups reversed, lighting the torch again, Rapunzel in distress, while the Queen of Wands disrobes in front of him. All right, so we have distress, Rapunzel in dress, while the Queen of Wands disrobes in front of him. Pushed to emotional limits and no love as the moon cycles go by. Scoundrel taking her gold coin and tainting its color. Golds, greens, and purples. Laser security systems and paintings that mess with your eyes. The trumpeter's call sprouts a trunk out of the water, another ceiling leak, or now pump placed to resolve water in the basement. Constant leaks and scoundrels he can't trust, delayed new start, or money held back from home, marriage, or union, or party expressing feelings, or maybe partly expressing feelings, in a heated exchange, an ego death, or with weak Leo, forgiving and learning, unable to express his true feelings and persevering. In the recent past was the Queen of Swords upright. Death and dark night transformation, with the King of Cups on their mind, depressed, losing hope, keeping to themselves about an offer of a new life in the present moment or as a gift. The foundation was abundance, Empress, or the mother energy reversed, and the Knight of Wands rushing in or around to keep busy, and the Knight of Cups offering love at another's home, another neighborhood, or across town, country, or world, or offering love to complete a home or a union or a celebration. The center energy was ascending in another world, children and Leo exposing all about sexual energy and union, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, hanging in limbo or hung out to dry at present. The challenge being the Chariot reversed, stuck, unable to move or travel, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, not offering anything to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, both ungrounded, with the Taurus or Empress reversed, getting over a loss, regret in divorce, or with Justice or Libra, suddenly divorce came through, or Justice or Libra came clean post-war in order to receive love. The Wounded Warrior detoxing, the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, finding peace with Fairy, Justice, Libra, or Twinkle Toes, and that was at 8:57. So the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed have been coming up side by side. They came up twice, I think, in this read side by side, and I think they're actually, the last read I did, they came up next to each other too. So 8 is the strength, and then 57 again is the 3 of Swords, the separation and heartbreak. The Hierophant reversed, divorce or contract broken and settled, over grief about failure, or keeping things under the radar, implementing a new plan, unsatisfied because not getting their wish, standing up for self, to the Empress reversed in separation with no sex, or frustration with no growth, the inability to conceive of anything they can't see. Post-war PTSD presently from verbal abuse, now crowning was the unhappiness, alone, walking away and within to find peace or to come to terms of lack of inspiration and source of frustration, recovering from synchronicities of the Queen of Swords. Using swords and rising above, or the King of Swords rather, rising above, not sleeping, even levitating, could be so numb, with need to come out about holding back or lack of money, time, and energy. Present to romantic tie, breaking patterns of impatience and justice, or the impatience with the justice system, keeping divorce or contract break under wraps due to out-of-control narcissist or Taurus, or religious leader, getting over guilt, shame, loss, sudden jealousy, or sudden loss of mental status, or suddenly coming out in explosive, dramatic way, or an epiphany. About the Queen of Swords, with the man in the mirror, implementing a new plan spontaneously, simultaneously, to rescue from being alone. Possibly sweep them off their feet. Imprisoned by sexual energy and standing up for self, and the Wounded Warrior victim, the Queen of Wands and the Empress reversed, or the Queen of Wands catching him when he falls so she can be the hero, enabling him, telling him it's okay to have sex at your twin's expense. It's not your fault you're attached, yet he still knows it isn't right. He or she never worries about screwing up because the other always catches them to make up for the other bad things they've done. Soon is reason, the Emperor upright, dumping responsibilities to express in a heated exchange, coming clean about ending the war, PTSD and an offer of love, suffering in silence in divorce or break, contracts with the truth now out, post-war present or gift of verbal abuse or silent treatment. He sees himself as the Queen of Wands in this read. This was done yesterday for today, actually for the 21st. The student of opportunity examination, the gold coin, and improving on it by doing a lot of something, right? Doing it over and over again. The assembly line mentality, rising above lack of sleep and deception or connection in the early morning hours. The King of Wands, broken, stuck, moving or travel issues, and on the warpath or in the hospital. Getting to know each other, release your ex, romantic feelings, trust, calling in your soulmate, this could be the one. All of them came up for the Divine Masculine. And around him is the Page of Wands reversed, freaking out in downturn with lover of the Emperor and the King of Pentacles reversed, overindulging him to keep him calm. Or third party losing money and or status, and it's weighing on the Emperor's head. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Six of Swords, peace, and the Page of Cups, innocence, in message of love, and the King of Swords being truthful about painful ending and betrayal with the truth now being out. The war over presently and holding their tongue, compassion came up, but even more so was teaching and learning and spirituality for the masculine for today. Frustrated, not burning the past, and no growth or miscarriage of justice, Libra, in dark night transformation, the grim reaper of fairy tales and new love, the wounded warrior in prison standing up to the Empress reverse and separation, third-party heartbreak, and the third energy block to new love or self-love, recovering from abandonment, exile, not sharing, irreconcilable differences, stubborn and refusing to move or work, or claiming disabled or doesn't need to work, or just chooses to be still. Knowing separation is lack of faith, falling back into the Queen of Wands, good graces. The Hanging Man seeing synchronicities everywhere and lots of options, taking steps, 7 to sovereign or to their own sovereignty and ascension. With wise old owl, pure and bright. Announcement, call to action, and the Queen of Cups finds emotional fulfillment or ends a cycle. Unhappy, alone in prison, letting go to repair, sovereign with abundant family, implementing a new plan to spend, invest, or revamp work efforts. The Four of Wands or flames, home, without abundance, the Empress reversed and Queen of Wands, and Page of Wands reversed, the Queen of Swords with their world upside down, challenged by the Chariot reversed, breakdown, and the Emperor at peace but unhappy alone, with new love or without new love, knowing having to take the steps to their own sovereignty first. The Four of Wands and the Queen of Swords delayed, abundance reversed, or the Empress reversed, incomplete or not ascending and unsatisfied, challenged by breakdown, in any which way you take it. The Queen of Wands and the Emperor, new love, and the Page of Wands reversed, moving to peace and new love, self-love, knowing new perspectives of the steps to take to become a sovereign being. Okay, so this third read, and now it's at 38, we'll say 38 for this read. So this is number 3, and this was done yesterday, and it was done at 9:47. p.m. It was actually not last night, 9:47 p.m. The major arcana were Karma, Indigo, Luna, and Strength. So Judgment, the Magician, the Moon, and the Strength card. The Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers came up right after the read, which are also cards I use in the read. There was 2 cups, 4 pentacles, 1 sword, and no wands at all in this read today. We had the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Before the read was the King of Swords. After the read, the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. So we ended up having 3 kings, a knight, and a page. We had double 8s And the code line just had the number 5, and that came up big time. So after no numbers, and I had 5 twice because I know 5 was in this read as well. But we double eights the number 78, which is the 10 of Pentacles, the number 45, which is the 5 of Cups, the 2 of the High Priestess. And it was, the code line was all about following your dreams and love. So I didn't get much from this code line. It was very much about bridging the gaps again. And the King of Pentacles came up, and he came up again today in the second read. So something about the Hierophant, or the King of Pentacles, and the Taurus energy, expanding the chakra system, the hooks, and also the Jesus chakras. So Jesus represents the masculine, so it has to do with their chakra system, expanding the actual chakra system, to be free, to change, to expand. The being I, King of Pentacles, right? The master manifester, the bridge, the gateway for Mary and Jesus to show their power. All right, so it's very much the expansion, the Taurus energy, committing to the changes, the I am presence of the King of Pentacles, and following his dreams and love. So this read started on the 7 of Cups upright. Synchronicities and dreams being real, not walking away from uncomfortable feelings. The King of Swords reversed, lying to himself with no peaceful place to be, without sovereign or without his own sovereignty. Climbing the steps 1 through 7, ending the battle, the conflict, and grieving injustice. Suddenly free from a negative group, and in the aftermath, a stubborn block of the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So here they are again, side by side. Ending conflict and not expressing feelings, or ending conflict and choosing to have no heated exchange. Not hanging a shingle over a partnership that doesn't resonate. Realizing self-sabotage with his time, with his true connection. Undercutting chances to see his dreams so he won't lose them. Agreeing to disagree in a standoff with partner, taking steps to true connection. The Hermit is out being seen today, moving and traveling to manifest magic with passion, or now that the secret is out, or running roughshod over one without intuition or confidence, using solar plexus to outshine their opponent. With roses and tools out on the table, catching them off guard when they least expect it. And then trust came up for the masculine, and beneath it was separation. And while the Queen of Cups was reversed, possibly out on a date, putting it out there, the Dark Knight pulls his bow and hook sinker. Person, the Divine Masculine is out on a date with is the Grim Reaper in disguise. Could be a man as well, or leading the way through Dark Knight transformation and then stuck, being stubborn, refusing to work or move. Or how do you make a deal with one who has all they need? Right? So you can't make a monetary deal with them because they can't be paid off. Pampering self to transform and be still, not move all day or no work, and can relax and treat self to a spa day. Lunch with a friend. The Queen of Cups reversed, unhappy about it, using sexual prowess or ability to get attention to cut out the fat and be lazy at the same time. Bunny and Dove with a near miss, almost stepped on by Red Boots again, or Red, the nickname, or Scorpio plotting to take out the competition, and that was at 10:23 to 24, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and then the King and Queen of Wands. So Adventure came up here, which is 55, and beneath that was Environment, which is 44, which is funny because 4455 is my phone number. So Adventure and Environment, which is a very green environment. So 1024, the Queen of Wands and Destiny, rising above to come out after rest. The Knight of Cups coming in for soulmate, looking back or going back impatiently, or at impatience in the aftermath of sudden events, eruptions, or epiphanies. The lighthouse at the beach is coming down, not wanting the old Viking ship to ever come back or around again. Sagittarius, Scorpio, lobster tail, end of the never-ending storyline, resisting the fall, collapse of the old paradigm, before Jupiter's collapse into Capricorn on December 3rd, 2019. Green silks and chopsticks in the grass, or the glass ceiling in Chinese, no longer doing overseas trading in the dark of the night. I'm getting him like, screw the lighthouses and the ships coming in. The lobster with clenched claws is going for it. After sudden event or epiphany, taking 7 steps to their dreams to connect with soulmate and or twin, after not using intuition and being a stubborn ass, not using the truth as an adventure. Number 55, the truth. The recent past was karma reversed, indecision, poor judgment, and not hearing the call. Unhappy, dissatisfied, alone, as the swords fall out of his back in a move, instability, an end of marriage or a big party, or going to visit a friend. Dealing with tough emotions, stuck without peace, and dropping their burdens or responsibilities, or a confession to the King of Wands, or he to you. The foundation is recovering and choosing left, the new, the divine feminine, with a handle on their third energy, standing up for self, not expressing too many feelings, just adamantly standing in their truth about their third energy and protecting it. The central energy here was the Four of Swords reversed, not sleeping and yet rising above. The Knight of Swords rushes back to hang out in the dark night, or with Dark Knight, King of Cups, and King of Wands offering truth to end an unhappy family cycle. For sovereign with abundant family, or his own sovereignty with abundant family, or dream family, or institution. The Knight of Wands upright is rushing back to grieve, or to the one who is grieving, and the challenge being the King of Pentacles reversed, kids and or Leo exposing all about lovers, Emperor, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Devil or Capricorn and the Queen of Cups reversed, recovering, having rejected the Queen of Cups reversed in an offer of love. In debt, scammed, stubborn, and refusing to share, to move, or to work, the King of Pentacles reversed, hanging still to let go and repair. Push them out of bed, no more tiptoeing around. Divorce, spirituality, breaking contract, or Taurus reversed, being lazy and selfish, with synchronicities options with Sovereign and King of Wands, free from prison or trapped, and the worst now over, with what's no longer working, and the Hermit shedding light on it. And again, 57, we're at 1057. Now crowning is the Two of Pentacles, surrender. The Wounded Warrior, Empress reversed, deceived about twins, letting go to end the war. After shock or epiphany, the Sealed Divine Feminine co-creating at work, or a child completed internship or a project there. The Emperor upright, implementing a plan, or surrendering to the King of Pentacles reversed, to make more money by delaying a decision or avoiding the call to action, or reinvesting in the same old thing since losing money and status, or being lazy about getting out of bed. The Emperor with a big love at work, divorcing or thinking now outside of the box. The Emperor knows the King of Pentacles reversed has possibly 2 women, the Queen of Pentacles reversed and Queen of Cups reversed. And this doesn't have to be in a sexual relationship way, but they're definitely coming up with 2 women here. The Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed. Recovering, mother deceived by her own children and wounded in the end of the war. The King of Wands saving and insecure or busted while releasing third party from loss of hope and depression about sharing the sexual energy with Sovereign, Queen of Cups reversed, and Capricorn and Aquarius both. So obviously in the dynamic, the masculine ends up sharing the sexual energy with both his partner and the Divine Feminine. The Dark High Priestess reversed, or Queen of Wands reversed without the keys, charging the male bull or using his charge card to release. The Empress reversed, now that the worst is over regarding jealousy issues, or the Knight of Cups reversed, refused to give or receive love. Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces, and Cancer all here. Soon was the Knight of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed, not in his truth, jealous, insincere, refusing to give or receive love, as the Knight of Wands rushes in wanting sex. No love, just sex. Those rejected, like the Queen of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, now receiving a love offer from the King of Swords reversed, or the King of Swords reversed to 2 older kids, the Knight of Cups reversed and the Knight of Wands upright, offering love to the Page of Cups reversed. who's been left out in the cold, with the Queen of Cups. But the Knight of Cups reversed is not happy about this. Vacillating about walking away from an imbalanced relationship or debt or a scam by the Empress reversed, coming together at work with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is upright, but the Queen, Knight, and Pages of Cups are all reversed, an unhappy family. The Emperor could be the King of Cups. The Emperor could actually be the King of Cups or the King of Pentacles reversed, either one. But the Emperor was upright here and the King of Cups was upright. The King of Wands deceiving twins or kids and Empress reversed, hanging out and barking orders at home, while Dark Knight meets with the King of Cups and the King of Wands about giving truth to the sovereign and family, and the King of Cups family too, the Montagues and Capulets. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as that Eight of Pentacles reversed, done overworking, or what's no longer working in the aftermath of juggling, performing, and becoming impatient with synchronicities always seen, or too many options or activities to complete. Getting to know each other, religious factors, new love, and worth waiting for all came up for the masculine. And around him, or how he's seen, is the Indigo upright, free from the Queen of Wands reversed, in need of an opportunity, money, or help, now done aligning with desires at work, or the Queen of Wands reversed is not working. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Moon reversed, inspired by difficult past or kids, or the past returning and keeping to themselves at the new moon, or about a deception. Suffering in silence as divorce is going slow. Love, follow dreams came up for the masculine. New life offer, nightmare. The tiger with their eye on the prize. The Knight of Cups reversed, jealous, Cancer perhaps, or bull released and ready to devour the prey. The worst is over, not working, with Hermit shedding light on delays, suffering, and refusal to make a decision or hear the call to action. The Queen of Swords coming up strong speaks of a new life offer up for grabs. Timing slow and letting go to repair connection and spread the word of the Sagittarius, Bull, Hermit, jealousy. Lovers, King of Cups, and the Page of Cups reversed, starting over presently, and that can just be an affectionate relationship between a father and their child. Okay, starting over presently with good news, getting attention, leading the way, separation, and getting away scot-free or coming clear about ego, or strength, and taming the beast. Doing the work amidst other energies, the King of Swords reversed without peace as the sovereign takes 7 steps, or the path of ascension, to heaven and 5D, recovering from exile. Done their work or no longer working, the Indigo deliberating or with poor judgment after the fact, rising above, coming out, and challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed, deception, and surrendering and releasing the tiger, the inner beast, to approach a new life that looks more like a nightmare, being strong while timing is off. For lovers, King of Cups, which also can just be unconditional love, rejected or spending time with rejected or lost child or a miscarriage. Starting over in heartbreak, being strong, presently successful, coming clean and strong. 7 steps of the King of Swords in uncomfortable emotions and sovereign without peace, deliberating while recovering from exile and rising above, coming out to surrender and challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed, a loss of money and or status, done aligning with desires and overworking. The Knight of Cups reversed is no longer giving love to everybody, with an eye on the prize that the suffering will pay off with money or new life, and the Indigo deceived and ready to devour someone. Strong and slow, lovers bond, unconditional and vulnerable after rejection. All right, so now we have the final read, which is what's in front of you. This was done tonight at 6:36. The major arcana were the Sun, Luna, and Ascension. Luna is the moon, Ascension is the world. We had the Hanging Man before the read and the Higher Self after the read. 3 swords, 2 cups, 1 wand, and 2 pentacles. So mostly swords here tonight. We have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles in the read. Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Before the read, the Queen of Pentacles comes up, and after the read, the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords comes up. So we had 3 queens here, a king and a knight. We had triple 5s here in the read, but we also had the single 5 on the code line, all about moderation which came up already. So it's very much about being moderate right now. We also had double threes and double twos. The numbers 33, 555, 3322, 56, which is the Two of Swords, 23, which is the King of Wands, number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, 3212, which broken up is the 32 of the Journeyman and the 12 of the Hangman, 35 is the Wounded Warrior, and then 610 also came up. So the code line here was all about moderation, and not so much as, again, about the messages weren't really coming up as really significant, but definitely satellite TV was coming up, and the temperature rising of the chakra system, especially the masculine, him allowing his chakra system to expand so that the Queen of Swords, or the Divine Feminine, can be in moderation. There's some kind of connection here about the TV or the telepathic connection and fidelity of the King of Pentacles being so I am presence, so that the Queen of Swords, or the Divine Feminine, can moderate or be in moderation. Again, raising the temperature of the chakra system with the Hierophant, change, freedom, or expansion, so that the Queen of Swords can moderate or be moderate. Also, Fizzy was coming up, and Soy, Sat V, Fidelity, and the King of Pentacles. The lights were flickering then, and being wise and clear of thoughts, as the Divine Feminine is moderate or moderates something. We started here with the King, with the Six of Swords upright, so peace, or traveling to a peaceful place. Peaceful, as the Queen of Pentacles reversed, is hanging out, breaking patterns of abandonment and travels. Inspired to cut through the BS with dysfunctional family in downturn or bad timing, or a business that's losing money. Travels to offer new passion to failing business or in split. Lying, split, BS coming together to celebrate holding on loosely, saving, grounding, being moderate, depression or loss of hope. Freeing the Fool feeling free, and the Page of Wands reversed and frustrated. Liar coming together with Scrooge, and the bird falling out of the nest, unable to fly. The Fool thought they were home free, but then frustrated, or child uninspired, to follow in his footsteps, and wants to spend time with him, but not do what he does for a living. Only leaks in the ceiling and leaky eyes. The child wants to be free. The joy is a lie. Celebrating split, but Scrooge depressed. Child doesn't want to shadow them. Not expressing feelings. The sunrise, sunset, swiftly go the years. No sun, no moon, and no sun at new moon, or sick of deception and childish gossip. One child loves to talk, and the other, frustrated but uninspired, let go of control issues, Divine Masculine, and forgiving and learning. Crabs and fleas, children and dogs, sick and tired of news and messages. Kids or Leo, deception about message or email, delays or more messages, never seeing the sun all day now that it's daylight savings. No light at all, approaching the new moon, with lots of talk and no action. Sagittarius, female drinker or potion maker with attitude, is out being a tease or playing flirtation games and showing off or flexing her muscles. The Wounded Warrior surrenders, gives up. No discussions about it. The Two Swords clearly depressed, or the Sagittarius upright and the Aquarius is reversed. No sitting on the logs or sweet talk for daddy. No more new shoes or another date or feather in hat and sword under legs, using sex to get what she wants. This could be a partner or a daughter. All falling apart, all information is in, and all hope is lost. Tired of fighting with partner and kids, and then happy ending was coming up, and beneath that was spirituality. So then it starts looking up. Spirituality is 77, happy ending is 93. In debt and out of work, the King of Cups reversed. World upside down, frustrated, no growth, no conception, and the High Priestess, intuitive or secret, all exposed. The High Priestess also coming up as sunshine. Over loss, regret, or letting go of emotional past, and or the third baton to go finish the race or start over again. Unhappy, unsatisfied Empress, or unsatisfied with the Empress, with ring and chastity belt, or ringleader, and clay planet. Drinking alone and professing God while being behind the scenes, purging all emotional attachments. Pisces, Leo, and Taurus all here, and the Taurus or Empress at peace with the Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Swords upright, losing hope with a happy ending. The King of Cups reversed, indebted. The recent past was the Five of Swords, being at war, depressed, walking away from the King of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups on his mind, left behind injured by justice, Libra, divorce, and refusing to give or receive love. At 8-11, which is strength and justice again, the Empress fighting for peace. Or Taurus, Aquarius depressed and leaving the King of Pentacles, possibly a Libra. The foundation is the Five of Cups, recovering from loss, regret, and the Knight of Wands rushing back from the Emperor to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who could be a Capricorn or devilish energy, or that could be a separate person fighting with the Emperor. So there could be a go-between here, who's that Capricorn devil, or the Queen of Pentacles reversed is that Capricorn or devil, fighting with the Emperor. The Capricorn Knight of Wands, which could be a go-between, and the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor with two kids around wanting peace. The central energy here is the Sun reversed, draining, sick and tired, sick of parties or socializing, and coming together for every single decision. The King of Swords dumped, overwhelmed, and overexposed. The King of Cups reversed, offering a new life or a payoff to let go of emotional attachments, or punitive payoff in court. The challenge being the Queen of Swords upright, the patient angel with the Queen of Swords in separation from the Ten of Pentacles family reversed, or a big loss of money or business, and the Queen of Swords coming together with prisoner, or about a prisoner, or just anxiety, and bad decisions, deliberations, and not hearing the call to action, or making those big decisions or announcements. Defenseless to another world, finding peace, surrender of the Empress to the Knight of Swords coming at her with truth. Giving up fantasy family, suffering in silence, twins leading the way through overexposure, aroused by juggling man. The Eight of Pentacles upright, working to align, death, dark night, and the world turned around and moving, ending a marriage or visiting a friend's house, or just plain instability. Now is the Three of Cups, the celebration and joy, suddenly dropping the ball, tripping up, or releasing one of two, the juggler, breaking patterns, feeling a failure under the radar, and the King of Swords in truth wanting to drink from the Holy Grail. Patient taking one step at a time with a heavy load, happy alone getting over self, the Queen of Wands with an opportunity to transition at work and align with their desires, or work with twin or kids. Divine Masculine or Karmic refusing to wake up, always tired or sick or back pain, or a rescue mission at work which arouses them, and the message of love stealing from Leo and or ego out of control, or weak and abandoned and extending an olive branch at work in separation. The Karmic may be coming as all business, in transformation and or death, not expressing feelings or heated debate with their world in disarray. Soon as the moon reversed, at the new moon or before dawn, choosing left, the new, and now over it, defenseless to the divine feminine in another world, finding peace with him. Clearly the King of Cups reversed, rushing in to the King of Swords and the Emperor in a split from family and or business, or the Knight of Wands is the go-between between the King of Cups reversed and the King of Swords and Emperor. The Hermit reversed, Chariot reversed, and Magician reversed all come up right in a row. Virgo, Cancer, and Gemini or Aries at 8:38, Strength, and the Queen of Cups. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as the Ascension card reversed, in another world, connected with the High Priestess and free, powerless in a move, an ending of a marriage, and receiving now clarity. True love, express your desires, and chemistry come up. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he's seen, is the Ten of Wands, the burdens of the twins, the King of Wands reversed, tired of leading in separation and not sleeping, but rising above, the Sham Fam and the 4D rainbow. The twins and our kids in separation, the King of Wands reversed, not sleeping, and journey with happy ending, emotional fulfillment. Clear blocks of the Knight of Pentacles reversed, that stubbornness, refusal to move, work, or on strike or disabled, reaping rewards, hanging out in dark night, or death and transformation. Moderation, but even more so is perseverance. Don't give up. Moving. So there also can be just general unstableness here, but moving the Dark Empress with issues at work and home, not expressing feelings with the world upside down, pretending that there's nothing wrong. So she's coming up upright. Frustration, uninspired, and starting over in love, but suffering in silence. The Queen of Wands placing her light cap on, like putting light on her head as opposed to creating real light. The Hierophant and the Queen of Swords talking about issues at work, Taurus and or Leo, with lack of affection or breakup at work, unstable at home and work. Clearly the King of Swords with secret or High Priestess or psychic abilities, at war with the past and holding on loosely, grounding, saving, and being moderate. Peace, getting over it, another world, or near completion of burdens, a war with illness, draining parties or friends or family, or overexposure, and challenged by the Queen of Swords' truth, deceived by the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn and coming together, with third party at work, or just issues there, with the Queen of Wands, with information now, of the King of Swords, High Priestess, secret, and or his abilities, peace in war with Empress. Over it, overexposed, coming together, and challenged by the Queen of Swords and her truth. Not quite done the cycle by the new moon, a heavy load to carry, being stubborn, or on strike or disabled at work, or not at work, and the Queen of Wands with clarity about the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. All right, so that's everything for you guys. I'll show you the cards, but that's going to be it for tonight since I went through so much. I'll just show you the cards here. Okay, so you have that Six of Swords there in the underlying energy. And then here, so you can see it better, in the foundation is that Five of Chalices or Five of Cups. Recently is that Five of Swords. The central card is the Sun, challenged by the Sage of Orbs or Swords. The other underlying energies up there, and then crowning is that Three of Cups there. And then scrolling over here to the near future position is the Luna or the Moon. And Ascension is how the masculine sees himself. Now the Sun and the Moon were both reversed, so it was very much about like no light, right? Around him is the Ten of Flames or the Wands. And then the blocks that they need to clear has to do with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, being stubborn. And then we end up here with the Three of Pentacles reversed, with the Queen of Wands above that, the Two of Swords above that, or Orbs, and the King of Swords above that, who's upright today. And then we end up there with that Four of Pentacles, which really has to do with moderation and being moderate, stable, grounded, all that kind of stuff, okay? And then we have yellow and green there, and purple in the underlying energy there. But a lot of green, you see, very heart-based and very green environment, you know, doing things naturally. And yeah, okay. Rise and be loved.